Hi everyone, thank you for watching Anna Hudgins Beauty. I am Anna Hudgins, and in today's video I'm going to do a demo and first impression of the Juvia'S Velvet Matte Foundation and Concealer. So if you want to see that along with this mini eye tutorial, then stay tuned. Before we get into the video and I move on with my regular content, I feel like it is important for me to say that this is my first time sitting down to film since the murder of George Floyd. I 100% condemn racism and the systematic oppression of African American people. It's important for us all to stand up for those who are oppressed, and I feel like it is when we are silent that these things can continue. And I would just like to encourage you to continue to give back when you can, whether it's sharing your platform or donating to a cause or supporting Black-owned businesses and other businesses from people of color. My hope and prayer is that this will be the catalyst that finally brings change, real impactful change into our communities. Even though this platform is for fun and makeup, every now and then you got to sprinkle in a little, stuff from the heart, because that's what really changes the world. That's what really spreads the positivity. And so I feel like this is the start of a new day. So let's get into the video. I think it's important to make sure that there's diversity in everything that we do. And so when I was looking at my collection, I realized I don't have anything from Black-owned brands except for my Fenty Beauty powder. This is the only product I have, and Fenty Beauty, of course, is owned by Rihanna. There's a lot of other brands out there that are smaller, that are Black-owned businesses, and I want to support them as well as all brands of people of color. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Juvia'S Place. Juvia'S Place is Black-owned beauty brand, and this is their I Am Magic Velvet Matte Foundation and I Am Magic Concealer. For foundation, I chose 550 Martinique. It's a squeezy tube. I'm not a fan of this because I have a NYX foundation and it just like squirts everywhere, so hopefully this will not do that. For concealer, I got the shade 20, and it does not have a name. It just says 20 on the bottom. Ooh, it's very thick. As you can see, it's not moving. So, wow, it's more like a creamy consistency than it is a liquid. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That coverage is no joke. This reminds me a lot of my favorite foundation from Becca, their Ultimate Coverage. Like, yeah, this kind of has that same, like, coverage vibe. That was a lot. I think I put a little too much, but I really like full coverage, so I'm not mad at it. It looks a little bit drying on my skin because I do have dry skin, so I'm going to put a primer on the other side, but you can see before, after, that's some amazing coverage. I look a little bit yellow, but that is okay because once I do bronzer, blush, all the stuff, it'll all blend out, especially with the concealers. I'm going to try a hydrating primer on this side. I'm going to go in with the base tape from Tarte. On the other side. And it did splat out. It went like that. So that's why I don't love this kind of packaging. But, whew, wow. I think that it gets a little bit patchy with the brush, so I prefer the sponge by far when applying this particular foundation. And I feel like the primer did help to add a little bit more glow to the finish of this, but if you have oily skin, then you would probably love the finish of this velvety matte. I think that is a very true statement. It does give you that velvety, like you just powdered your face kind of look. So now for the eyes, let's use some of this concealer on the eyes to prime for our eyeshadow. And it is a doe foot applicator, just like the Shape Tape. Now I'm going to take some of my Fenty Beauty powder and just set that concealer. And the Fenty Beauty powder is in the shade Butter. And it has a very strong fragrance to it. And then next, I'm going to use the Jackie Aina Anastasia Beverly Hills palette to do a quick eye look on the eyes. This palette is just stunning. It is no longer available in stores. However, it still is up on the Anastasia Beverly Hills website if you would like to purchase it. It is only for a limited time, so once it's gone, it will not be coming back. So if you want to get this, you can. So I'm going to go in with the shade Juvia'S right here. I love that. And I'm just going to go in with my finger and spray my finger. And then just place that all over the lid. It's just a beautiful greenish gold color. Oh, it's stunning. And then I'm going to go in with Trust Issues right here in the center of the eyelid, and I'm going to do the same technique. I'm going to spray. Just really adds a pop of glow to the center of the eyes. Then I'm going to take a fluffy brush in the shade Ginger and just add a little bit of definition to the outer corner and kind of bring that up into the crease along the nose here. And then do the same on the other side. Deepen the outer corner just a little bit. So I'm going to go in with Edges. It's like a reddish brick color. Now I'm going to go in with some eyeliner. This is just a liquid liner from Benefit called Roller Liner. Now let's move on to finishing the rest of the face, and now I'm going to try the concealer. This is in the shade 20. It looks more neutral, leaning a little pinkish. So this is a little too bright for me. It doesn't have enough of that yellow undertone for my preference. And I'm just going to go in with the foundation brush just to kind of blend it out because that color is very contrast to the foundation colors. As far as the coverage and the finish, I think it looks beautiful. I love how smooth my under eyes look. I love how it blended out perfectly with the foundation, even though the foundation had been on my face for a minute while I was doing the eyes. So yeah, I think it looks great. Let's set the face with the Fenty Beauty powder. For bronzing or contouring, I'm going to use my Milani Silky Matte Suntan Bronzer. So beautiful. Love it. And this shade I feel like is the perfect like neutral to just really contour with. So, and I just realized I'm going to get my earrings so dirty. They probably have makeup all over them, just like my hair does. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush called Always Earthy. I feel like it'll match with the eyes pretty well. Just one dab's all you need. And then even then, it's too much. So I'm going to tap it off a little bit. And lightly sweep it across the face. And then highlights, my favorite cookie from Benefit. And go back in with Ginger. For lips, I'm going to use my favorite lippy. This is from Sephora, and this is their cream lip stain in the shade 80. And Sephora is a brand that I'm really proud of because they have dedicated more shelf space to Black-owned cosmetics brands, and I think that's amazing. I hope it's not just the big stores. I hope they include it in the smaller stores as well, because like where I live is like a small town, like I said before, like they wouldn't carry it. I'm going to finish off with some lip gloss, and for that I'm using the Bare Minerals. It's called Groovy. I think this is called Gen Nude. I'm not 100% sure, but it's the creamy one. All right, so that is the look, and we are going to finish the eyes with lashes and mascara, and then fluff the hair, and we'll be back to do my final thoughts. All right, so we're all done with the look. What do you think of the eyes? I think it's beautiful, and I love this palette. Like I said, it's limited edition, so if you want to get it, it's still available on AnastasiaBeverlyHills.com. Now, for the foundation, I feel like the foundation looks a little bit dry on my dry skin. However, when I added it to the primed side with the hydrating primer, it looks beautiful. As far as the concealer goes, I feel like it looks really good on the skin and it has very good coverage. However, the color was just a little too light for me, so I would go a shade darker. But I do feel like it really looks smooth. It looks really pretty. I have no complaints with the formula or anything. Yeah, so that's everything that we tried today. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you guys so much for listening to the beginning. For those of you who listened, it means a lot to me to make sure you understand where I'm coming from and how I feel about this, because it, like I said, it was just too important not to address. So thank you for that, and let's just continue to support one another, love one another, be a little more patient with one another. If you want, I will post my little poem that I wrote down below, and that's really just from my heart for you guys. So anyway, all that being said, that's all for today's video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and notification bell. Follow me on Instagram, Anna Hudgins Beauty, and just again, thanks for watching. Thanks for spending some time with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.